Hello everyone, my name is Arif and in this video we're going to talk about constructors. This is the first part of the constructors video. We have a second part for this. This video is just for understanding what a constructor is and the basics, right? And the task for this video is we want to assign values to instant variables of a class through the constructor. So a constructor is typically used to assign values to instance variables. That is what it is meant for. So as you can see here, we have a package called com.model and we have a student class here. We have three attributes which are marked as private. We have this from the earlier videos. If you've been following, we had this class in the earlier video as well. And let's just implement getters and setters like we did earlier. Nothing new. Select all, generate, keep saving it. Again, go for toString also, right? And here we, after the variables, we want to add something new that is known as constructor. We spoke of classes, right? I spoke of classes and I said that class can have only two things, that is variables and methods, and of course there's a third thing known as constructors, which we are going to talk about now. Okay, it's not a data member, but constructor. What is the use of constructor? It's used for assigning these variables, assigning values to these variables. Okay, so and one thing about constructor is that it's not a method actually. Just it's a thing which you want to initiate, instantiate objects and stuff. So you use constructor. So and the name of the constructor is same as the name of the class. So if it's a class student, you'll have a constructor exactly called student only, no change. And of course, one class can have multiple constructors. And there's only one condition which has to be satisfied is that the name of the constructor, yes, of course, is going to be same. The name is going to be same, but the arguments should be different. Okay, if it's same, then it's not allowed. You have to have different arguments for the constructors, and that is something which is known as constructor overloading. We are going to speak of it in detail, but for now, just try to absorb as much as you can. So let's not waste time and let's get started. So we want to assign values to the variables, and one new word which you've learned today is instance variables. Okay, you can ask me what are type of variables. Okay, there are three types of variables. One is known as instance variables. The instance variables are always declared in the class body. They are present throughout the class. We will have a separate video on this, but for now, just understand these are the ones which are in the class body. They are not inside any methods, as you can see. They're at the top of the class body. So we want to instantiate these. So let's go to app and let's create an object of student class. Let's call it as s and new student. Import this class. It's a different package, so you see it as imported. And now here, after in this object part of the declaration, here we want to assign the values. Okay, to the attributes. What are the attributes? ID, name, and roll number. So let's just give ID as one, name as Aryak, and okay, messed it up. Yes, the number lock is not on. Yeah. So one, Aryak, and roll number I'll give it as 28. Okay, it's an int. Now you can see it's clearly giving us a compilation failure saying that constructor is undefined. Okay, of course it's undefined. You don't have a constructor. So let's just leave it to JVM. We'll say create constructor. So here you can see after the instance variables, it has created some new code here. You can see it's okay. For some reason, it has okay. Yeah, it has taken this as int. It's my fault. You need to write L over here to indicate that it's long. Okay, so change the constructor and you can see the change has been made. So it's a long followed by a string and an int, just like these. So here I will refer to these variables and I will attach these values over here. Let's change the variable names. This is ID, correct? And this is roll number. So I have to pick up these three and attach these to these variables. Now I know it's a bit confusing, but just pay attention. You can see that the variable names are same. Of course, they should be same. If you don't want to get confused, you should keep them same. And so how do we distinguish the instance variables from these arguments? This is where a keyword known as this comes into play. So we'll say this dot id. So this refers to the instance variables. Remember, this keyword is always used to refer to instance variables. So I'll say this dot id is equal to id. Now I know this looks a bit weird. Just try to understand. You'll get used to it. The left hand side, we are referring to this id, and here this is the argument which is coming from the constructor, right? Similarly, we'll assign different attributes. This dot name is equal to name, and this dot, I think it's roll number, right? Roll number equal to control space roll number. That's it. Our job is done. We have assigned values to instance variable. And if you go to app, you can see the compilation failure has also vanished. So that is how you give values to instance variables. And let's just do a sys out, right, and print s. Now you can see, of course, we know this from the earlier video, we've overridden toString. So we don't want the hash code to be printed. We want these values to be printed, which we are giving these values, right? 1 Arya 28. So let's just run this. Okay, run a Java application. Okay, and you can see that student object has been displayed. That means we have given these values to the constructor. We have asked the constructor to assign these values to the instance variables, and it has done just that for us. Once again, I'll go through this. This is a keyword in Java which is used to refer to instance variables. What are instance variables? They are declared. They are the variables declared at class body. Okay, at class body level. They are not inside any methods. That is instance variables for you. So I hope you like this video, and we'll meet in the next one.